Before the roars return and the island reawakens in Jurassic Rebirth, it's time we look back. Way back. To the movie that started it all. A film that not only revolutionized cinema but shaped an entire generation's imagination. In a world flooded with reboots, sequels, and franchises stretching across decades, Jurassic Park stands tall, timeless and unmatched. What makes this film resonate over 30 years later? In this video deep dive, we'll uncover the magic behind the movie, contrast it with every sequel that followed, and explore why the original still reigns supreme. Why Jurassic Park, 1993, is still the best in the franchise. The story of Jurassic Park began long before cameras rolled. It began with Michael Crichton's gripping novel published in 1990. It captivated readers with its believable depiction of genetic engineering and resurrected dinosaurs. Spielberg saw potential far beyond a monster movie. He envisioned a blockbuster with heart, suspense, and real-world consequences. With Universal Pictures backing him, production began with a dream team. Kathleen Kennedy producing, Stan Winston on animatronics, and ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, handling visual effects. What could have been a high-budget B-movie became a cinematic revolution. The ambition, to make dinosaurs feel alive again. Steven Spielberg, already the genius behind Jaws, E.T., and Indiana Jones, brought a unique approach to Jurassic Park. He wasn't just making an action film, he was crafting an experience. His mastery lay in pacing. He didn't rush to show the T-Rex. He built tension. He allowed us to feel the awe alongside the characters. Every shot in the film has purpose. From the quiet awe of the Brachiosaurus revealed to the chaos of the T-Rex attack in the rain, Spielberg used restraint and timing. Compare this to later directors like Colin Trevorrow or J.A. Bayona, who often favored fast cuts, constant action, and louder set pieces. Spielberg's Jurassic Park is a lesson in less is more. When Jurassic Park hit theaters in 1993, it changed everything. It was the first film to realistically blend CGI and practical effects on this scale. Stan Winston's animatronics created tactile realism. You could see the T-Rex breathe, the raptors twitch. ILM's CGI, led by Dennis Muren, broke ground with just 6 minutes of digital dinosaurs that looked more lifelike than anything seen before. Compare this to sequels, which rely heavily on CGI. Despite technological advances, many fans agree that dinosaurs in newer films don't feel as real. The weight, the texture, the presence, they often feel like effects, not creatures. 1993's balance between animatronics and digital remains a gold standard. Casting was critical to Jurassic Park's success. Sam Neill brought gravitas as paleontologist Alan Grant. Laura Dern's Ellie Sattler was smart, fearless, and ahead of her time. Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm became iconic with his wit and philosophical depth. Richard Attenborough as John Hammond added a complex charm, the dreamer playing God. These characters weren't action heroes. They were scientists, thinkers, and survivors. They evolved through the film, reacting naturally to impossible situations. Contrast this with later films, where characters often feel like action figure archetypes, larger than life, but less relatable. No analysis of Jurassic Park is complete without praising John Williams. His main theme captured wonder, fear, and beauty all at once. The music was not just background, it spoke. When the Brachiosaurus appeared, it wasn't just CGI that made us gasp. It was the swell of that unforgettable melody. Later scores tried to replicate this magic but often leaned too heavily on rehashing or lacked emotional weight. Williams composed a soundtrack that remains instantly recognizable and forever moving. Michael Crichton based much of his story on real genetic theories emerging in the late 1980s. Jurassic Park asked the question, just because we can, should we? The science wasn't just background fluff, it drove the plot and provoked thought. In contrast, newer films often use pseudoscience as plot devices. Hybrid dinosaurs push the boundary from thrilling into the absurd. The grounded realism of the first film gave it credibility. It made the extraordinary feel plausible. Think of the raptors in the kitchen. The T-Rex footstep vibrations. Spielberg didn't rely on endless monster chases. He used fear of the unknown. Suspense was built through sound design, camera angles, and character reaction. He let the audience's imagination work. The anticipation was the thrill. Later films leaned into big-budget destruction. More explosions, more dinosaurs, less suspense. The subtle terror of Jurassic Park remains unmatched. Jurassic Park was never just about dinosaurs. It explored chaos theory, hubris, and the illusion of control. Ian Malcolm warned us, life finds a way. Hammond thought he was in control. He wasn't. These themes made the film relevant beyond its runtime. Today, in an age of AI and genetic research, its warnings feel even more urgent. Many sequels lost this depth. They became thrill rides, forgetting the questions that made the original profound. Jurassic Park wasn't just a hit, it was a phenomenon. It grossed over $1 billion worldwide. It changed how movies were marketed, merchandised, and experienced. Toys, video games, lunchboxes, every child knew the T-Rex roar. It made dinosaurs cool again. Museums reported record attendance. Paleontology gained a new generation of enthusiasts. No other film in the franchise has matched that level of cultural penetration. Let's look at each sequel briefly. The Lost World, 1997, darker tone, more dinosaurs, less wonder. Jurassic Park III, 2001, smaller scale, mixed reception. Jurassic World, 2015, nostalgia reboot with modern action. Fallen Kingdom, 2018, gothic tone, hybrid monsters. Dominion, 2022, world-ending stakes, chaotic plot. Each film brought something new, but often at the cost of heart, realism, or coherence. As sequels advanced, something slowly faded, the wonder. In Jurassic Park, dinosaurs inspired awe before fear. We were children seeing them for the first time. In later films, they became props in disaster scenes. The sense of discovery was lost. The franchise moved from science fiction to action fantasy. Spielberg gave us a theme park of dreams. The sequels gave us nightmares of chaos. Jurassic Rebirth promises a return to roots. But can it recapture the soul? To succeed, it must balance science with suspense, characters with creatures, and action with awe. It must remember what made us fall in love in 1993. Because in the end, Jurassic Park wasn't just about dinosaurs. It was about humanity, hubris, and the beauty of imagining the impossible. And for that, it remains the alpha of the franchise. Thank you for joining us on this cinematic journey through time. If Jurassic Park taught us anything, it's this: some things can never be replicated. They can only be honored. See you in the next era, but never forget the first step into the park. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and ring the bell to stay in the loop. More stories dropping soon.